All right, man. Let's talk about Detroit Lions free agents who should and shouldn't come back. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video, and a lot of these guys are lobbying the Barrett Homes to come back. John Kaminsky, I seen Isaiah Bugs on social media saying that he wants to come back. Um, but let's get into it. Let's start from the bottom. We got Bobby Price, who's a corner that switched to safety. Don't remember him doing too much this year. I love his versatility to play corner, still young. Bring him back. Trinity Benson at this point, there's really no room for him. They brought him back late in the season because that's some injuries to the wide receiver core. Really, it's no point in bringing him back. Don't forget you got Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. Anthony Pittman, linebacker, solid developmental guy, young. But I think there's some upgrades that need to happen at linebacker. I think he's got to be a casualty of that. Don't know much about the long snapper, but I'm pretty sure he'll be back. Um, Brock Wright, definitely bring him back. Love his versatility to block. I love his versatility to block. I love his versatility to get out there and catch the football. Showed to be quite the athlete as well too. Um, you love that the versatility he give you. And to me, with more playing time, he should continue to get you know, he should continue to get better, to be honest. And I think he should be a top priority in bringing back. I think he had some suitors after what he did this year. So I mean, a lot of people thought we was crazy for getting away for moving on to away from uh TJ Hawkinson. He doing good over there in Minnesota. He seemed to have a natural connection with uh with Kirk Cousins that he didn't have with Jared Goff, and it just didn't seem like he produced enough in Detroit, even with Matthew Stafford. He had a good game last year against Seattle. Then he had his best game that I can remember at before that I can remember was against his first game against Arizona. It just didn't seem like he was dominant enough to warrant a contract, and they still couldn't find a way to give him the ball. But Minnesota found a way to get the ball in. It seemed like Detroit is doing good by committee at the tight end position with Zelstra and James Mitchell. Tommy Kramer, guard. I think in an upgrade that could be made at guard, and that could be made in the offseason, especially in the draft. With High Tie being gone, should be gone in my opinion. Uh, but they got good depth at the offensive line position. You bring him back, he's still under 25 for now. Benito Jones, might be another casualty of bringing in another defensive tackle, but you just don't know what's going to happen with Levi Anazorki neither. Obviously, they should have their eye on Jalen Carter, Hargraves from the Philadelphia Eagles, maybe even a Fletcher Cox, but also Marco Brockers could be, moving on, who his role was reduced. So, you got Lee McNeil. You see what happened with Anazorki. You got Isaiah Bugs, Benito Jones in that position. Um, Josh Pascal is kind of utility guy across the line. So it's going to be tight for Benito Jones to come back to Detroit, but it won't be expensive. But yeah, it's definitely going to be tight for him to come back to Detroit. And we think they're going to upgrade at the interior alignment at some point this offseason, which I like what I'm hearing about the Jalen Carter kid. So I'm very excited to break down this film and see exactly what's really good there. So I'm not sure about that, but you bring him back, and if he ain't that, if he ain't got no room for him, you cut him. Amani Araria, a lot of people sour on him. I think they need to upgrade to a veteran cornerback. Wouldn't be mad if they did bring him back for the right price, but I don't know if it was that he was playing not to get injured, Um, yeah, I don't know if he was playing not to get injured. I don't know if it was the back injury that hurt him this season, or the people got the film and they broke him down. They see what he could and couldn't do. Thank God Jeff Okuda jumped in there, but I don't know if it was his money, if it was the back injury. You know what I'm saying? Uh, or whatever the situation may be. So, but that's something to chew on. Um, that's something to chew on. So, that's something to chew on. But 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 I mean, I think you probably move on, get a veteran guy. You got enough young guys there. But we'll see. John Kaminsky, I think you bring him back. When he played, he was an effective. Or before and after the injury, he was effective. Bring him back. Love the depth around the D line. I know James Houston gonna make it tough. But yeah, I bring him back. And none of these guys are too expensive so far to bring back. Matt Nelson, I think it's a no-brainer to bring him back. He did have a hold on the Green Bay Jameson Williams touchdown that was called back. But yeah, I think you bring him back. Just love the price value and the youth. A lot of these guys they got here. Austin Bryan, still can't believe he just turned 26. Didn't like the penalty he got in Buffalo, but you like what he bring. Um, it's a special teams, but the issue here is it's a lot of depth, and you could be bringing more edge talent to the team in this draft. Apparently, with the Texas Tech guy, or whatever. So it's gonna be tight because I guess you will keep. I don't. I guess you will keep. You could cut Romeo and bring him back, or cut them all together. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Romeo, Julian. You got Aiden Hutchinson, Charles Harris, Josh Pascal who can play across the line. The interior lineman, you probably gonna add some more edge talent. I think he'll be a casualty of adding more talent across the D line, and it might be a couple more to go. Dan Skipper, good depth guy. Um, got his first start, veteran guy. Not really sure. I probably even say no because somebody can't come back across that offensive line, and I think they're gonna add some talent, in the mid to late draft there too. So I say no. Ain't no point. He ran his course in this league. Will Harris, no. Tired of looking at him. Not a good football player. I know they like him. He's a superior athlete, but he kind of reminds you of Taylor Mays from the Cincinnati Bengals, which was he was a Madden favorite when I was playing Madden, but he couldn't. He had all the physical attributes, hit hard, athletic, all that stuff, and he just simply couldn't um, play football. And I think that's what that's the issue with Will Harris. He simply can't play football. So it's my opinion. Isaiah Bugs, he another guy I don't know. He's got a lot of talent in the middle of that defense, and that's going to be a question. It's going to be between him, Benito Jones. Their future is going to hinge on what they do at the interior lineman position in the offseason and what happened with Levi Anazorki. So I think him and Benito Jones might be fighting for a spot. So it's up to them. I would say that he won't be back. Justin Jackson like what he's doing, but I think they got to add talent at the running back position. I don't know if they would rather keep Craig Reynolds or Justin Jackson. Justin Jackson ran hard. He was a good player. I think they add some talent at the running back position. I think they probably cut Craig Reynolds and keep Justin Jackson, so I think he'd be back. Nate Sudfeld, the backup quarterback position, you hear, you know, Brad Holmes saying that's something they got to address that nobody's talking about. I think he said that. I don't think Nate Sudfeld, I think he'd be back as a third stringer, bare minimum second. So I see him being back. Deshaun Elliott, like what he did. I heard Tracy Walker already running. Kirby Joseph emerged, but I still think he'll be back with the uncertainty at safety with Jared with Tracy Walker injury. Love what he did this season. Played very well. Was surprised free agent pickup. Produced pretty well. So I could really see him being back, regardless, and then find a way to get him on the field if everybody healthy. You need that depth. Him, Melifanu, and that depth, and Kirby Joseph and Tracy Walker probably will be the starters at some point next year, and they'd probably be the future on the back end. Jared Davis, I know he moved on. No, who cares? Josh Woods, no, they got to upgrade at linebacker. Chris Board, no, I think they need a complete overhaul. I think you're gonna roll with Anazoni, Derek Barnes, Malcolm Rodriguez, and you bring in some young stallions there, or more veteran linebacker there. So yeah, they need more help at the linebacker position. They don't need to bring those three guys back at all. Evan Brown, yeah, you bring him back. You got a lot of good depth across that offensive line. And I don't think you want to tinker with that if you can. Now, if they get starting money elsewhere, starting position, you let them walk and you continue to, find young guys that you can develop. Anazoni, getting a little bit high market here. Anazoni, I think, yeah, you bring them back. Bare minimum as a depth guy, but they got to find the answer inside linebacker. And if that's another veteran linebacker, then they need to do that. Really good veterans. That's a young guy, and there's only a big perfect bridge for another season or two for him to bridge a young linebacker in there. So I'll bring him back from that aspect. But if you get somebody that's in there that's gonna start and take off right away, then maybe not so much. Mike Hughes, interesting, but yeah, I'll say no. I'll figure it out later. Kuda, uh, Jerry Jacobs, maybe bring in a veteran corner, but yeah, I think they can upgrade there. Other than Mike Hughes, in my opinion, Jamal James is a no-brainer. You bring him back. Seem to be the heart and soul of the offense, so yeah, you bring him back. Love what he did this year. Kind of wore down, but you still gotta find the youthful answer at you still gotta find the youthful answer at at running back position in this draft. DJ Sharkey, I bring him back. I said this on numerous occasions. You keep that line, you keep that receiving core together. So yeah, you keep it together. Love what he did, especially after the injury. Um, so yeah, I bring him back, and majority of these guys you bring back, I don't think they got to do too much damage in free agency as far as spending a bunch of money. I think bringing some of their guys back. I think if you can find a good inside linebacker, that's gonna come in and play for you, or you can find an interior lineman, and but yeah, they got a lot of picks to fill some holes in there too. So yeah, let me know what you girls and guys think about it. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live and drop video financially. Want to support the channel? Cash App $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. Peace.